Hi, welcome to your daily dose of awesome. Today we are talking about using social media to effectively follow up. My name is Paulina Peinstrick, and today I'm going to share with you on this daily dose of awesome 3 key points of how you can effectively use social media to follow up so then you can close more sales and prospects. As always, let me know where you are coming in from and say hello. If you're watching this on replay, #replay. I have some notes here, so I'm gonna kind of just look over for them as well. And I want to make sure, hey Richard and Joanna, I want to make sure I'm getting my comments here. So I'm gonna have to give me a second so I can set that up because I don't know, I can't see them. Okay. Let me ask you a question. How many of you cringe when you hear the word follow-up? Type 1, okay? If you just cringe when you're like, oh, I gotta do all this follow-up. Type 1. How many of you have said to yourself before, oh man, I suck at follow-up? All right, if you have said that before, if that's what you're thinking, go ahead and type 2. And how many of you on here are like, I love follow-up, like Fortune is in the follow-up and I love it and you live for it? Go for it and type 3. I think that as you're typing in, I'm going to try to see where I can see your comments. I don't know if that's possible. Man, I wanted to have an interactive live, but it looks like I might just have to be talking at you. All right, go ahead and let me see here. Oh, I can see comments. I have a system here where I am going live on my phone, and then I have my computer next to me. A little side note, and I can probably read the comments here on the computer. So that's how I'm going to be doing it. Kind of like looking both ways. Okay, so going back to follow up, how to use social media to effectively follow up. But really when we are talking about follow up, it's definitely like a multi-touch. So using social media and not using social media, following up as much as we can. I want to see how many 3s or 1s I'm getting here. Hey Aaron, I'm getting 2s, 1s. Perfect. Awesome. British Columbia, Danielle, thanks for being here. Okay, so let me give you some pointers here because I do want to keep my time at 15 minutes. One thing you really have to consider is how much is a client worth to you? And then you got to think through a follow-up system. So this really is something that I'm dealing with personally. This is why this live is coming into fruition, because personally I just attended an event where I was selling my services and I sold 0. All right. A lot of pointers, a lot of points where I can learn from that. But now I still went out, spent money, did all that stuff that a lot of you are familiar with, whether it's you're going to events or meeting people offline or spending money on ads and running ads. It takes time and money. So if you don't close the sale right away, which I think it's like 7 to 12 touches, different point touches for somebody to get to know you, like you, and trust you, to work with you or to buy from you. So fortune is really in the follow-up. But if you have answered 1 or 2, I wanted to I wanted to let you know that most people, like I have been a 2. I have been the person that's like, oh man, I really suck at follow-up. So that's it. Like I went to this event and I'm like, I suck at follow-up and I need to do something about that. Hey, Romero, thanks for watching. Good to have you on. Adrian's watching. Aaron's watching. Okay, so I'm gonna first challenge your thinking a little bit about follow-up. Most of us, when we follow up, we expect to get some kind of a result. Like I've followed up with all these people and nothing, or I followed up and they said no. And it's like we get discouraged way too early on our follow-up before we actually see a result. And having a system in place for your follow-up and then just working the system is your result. So think of it that way. Like, have a system of how you're following up, complete all those tasks, and that's your result. Like, yes, I followed up without any expectations of, I have 100 people to follow up with and I got to bring 3 more people onto my team. I got to follow up with those 20 clients from that event and my goal is to close one of them. The goal is to finish those tasks of following up. Okay, hopefully I can see some comments as you're saying, hey. If that's making sense, give me a little dancing emoji. Yeah.
All right.
Oh, no. So that's not working. So yeah, that's making sense. Give me a little dancing emoji. All right, next. Change the mind to finishing the tasks with following up. And, then the second thing is you really have to think through, where are the people coming from? How is your potential prospect? Like, how did they come about? Did they come through? You got to think that they come through your ad. Did they comment some more to engage? Then have a system to follow up with that people. And we have a great system here at attractionmarketing.com of what we, like processes and systems to, hey, reach out to that person in Messenger. And voice memos are, they can hear your voice inflection. So that's more, I feel that's personable. So have them leave a voice memo, invite them to a Zoom or send them the information. Some people don't want to talk to you, so they might just want to go through their own thing. If that's making sense. I would like a little, I'm getting little dancing emojis. I can see your comments, but they are, I think, delayed. Okay. And then it's kind of what I've talked about, having to do touch points where it's really, you're touching them in a lot of areas and multiple times before anything is going to happen. So it depends on how much information you have and how much you can work with. If you meet them and you can add them as your friend on Facebook, I would definitely do that. We know that a fan page is a pay to play platform, and your personal page isn't. So being able to merge them into your ecosystem so they can see you more is beneficial for you. So if there's a possibility that you can friend request them, definitely do that. So now they start seeing your content not only on your fan page but also on your personal page. All right, and going back to multi-facet, I want to say multi-touch follow-up is utilizing Facebook, but also utilizing Messenger. If you have their phone number, that works really well with not just calling them, but leaving them the voice message, like iPhone to iPhone, and apparently Android to iPhone, but not iPhone to Android. So anybody here is an Android user? I get made fun of that as an iPhone user, that I can't voice memo Androids. Anyways, side note, so just a little story with, you know, how powerful follow-up is and having a system in place for follow-up. One of the clients that I work with wasn't, you know, even capturing people coming onto their website. Like people who came on their website, there was just wasn't being captured. A, there was no pixel installed on their page, and B, when they were interested, there was no way to capture the information before they went to the second stage of like booking an appointment. And a lot of people drop off. They're interested, but they're not booking. So by putting something simple as email, name, phone number, and having that information before they go to the next step to book anything with you was gold. Because most people, I think like 70% did not continue and book. And by having that information and actually following up, like doing some real phone follow-up, we're able to book like 15% of those people. So, which is huge, because for that client, it's huge. It's bringing him, you know, like thousands of dollars into their business a year. And not having a system, a follow-up system of capturing information and then having a follow-up system in place, you know, he estimated that like last year he lost out on maybe like 100 scheduled appointments, which is a lot. Imagine what that could be in your business if you had, you know, 100 or just 10 times whatever you're doing right now in your business, with follow-ups and having those conversations. All right, let me here see what I'm getting comments. Is making sense to people. I have a comment here about PC users and Android developers from David, but Androids. You mean Androids is good? I am an iPhone user, so an Apple user. So that's what I was just saying, that Android people sometimes will make fun of me for it. But there was just like a little, Richard and Joanna, I don't know who's on, or both of you are on. There was just a little comment about it. I don't think one is better than the other here in this particular conversation when we're talking about how effective follow-up is. All right. And yes, fortune is in the follow-up, both online and offline, and being able to emerge your prospect, your future prospect, in many points as you can. So if you have the ability to invite them to some groups where they see that you show up, definitely do that. Add them to your personal profile, because when you are building your brand online, your business and personal profile, I'm a big believer that they work together. Don't separate them. They work together. And having a follow-up system and just working the system is gold. Also, you know, sometimes it always takes like 7 to 12 touches plus. I mean, you're talking, you know, I think the best people that have an awesome system, they work it really well for follow-up. If you talk to like real estate agents, they have a system that works really well, but they don't know how long it's going to take. But I have a friend who works this system, and sometimes it's like 6 months down the road. You know, for some of our clients, it's like I call them every week. 6 weeks later, it's like, oh, thanks for keep on calling me. You know, so you follow up once a week, whether it's sending them another message or giving them a call, writing them an email, tagging them in something, following up once a week until they tell you to stop. That's how long you do it. All right, hope all of this was helpful. If you got value, #value, share that, smash that share button. If you think that somebody else could also take away value from this. And if you are interested in how to get more involved with attractionmarketing.com so then you can continuously grow your business, reach out to the person who shared this video with you. All right, guys, that's it. Take care.